In the year 1530, when Nuno de Guzman was president of New Spain, he had under his authority an Indian whom the Spaniards called Tejo. Tejo, from the valley or valleys of Occipita. This Indian, Tejo, said that he was the son of a trader who was dead, and declared that when he was very small, his father used to go into the interior of the land to trade rich-colored plumes used for a feather crest, and in exchange brought back large quantities of gold and silver, which abound in that land. Tejo said that he went with his father once or twice and saw very large pueblos, so large that he would compare them with Mexico City and its surroundings. He related 7 very large pueblos in which there were streets lined with silversmiths' shops. To reach these pueblos from his land required 40 days' travel over entirely deserted country, bare of vegetation except for some plants about 1 span high. The direction he went, he said, was to the north, through the country between the 2 seas. Upon obtaining this information, Nuno de Guzman de la Nuno de Guzman assembled almost 400 Spaniards and 20,000 friendly Indians in New Spain. As he was then in Mexico, he crossed the Tarasca, which is the land of Mechuacan, in order to find the region which the Indian said would be found upon crossing the country toward the North Sea. There they would come upon the land they were seeking, which they were already calling the 7 cities. Since Tejo had said that it would be found after 40 days' travel, they thought that they would cross the land upon traveling 200 leagues, leaving out some incidents that happened on this journey. As soon as they reached the province of Culiacan, which was the remote region of his government, now the new kingdom of Galicia, they wanted to cross the country. They met with great difficulties because the range of the Sierra sloping down to the sea was so abrupt that however hard they tried, it was impossible to find a pass in that locality. On account of this, the whole army tarried so long in the land of Culiacan that influential men in the party who had repartimientos in Mexico changed their minds and every day wanted to turn back. Aside from this, Nuno de Guzman learned of the arrival from Spain of the Marquis del Valle, Don Fernando Cortez, with a new title and with great honors and powers. As Nuno de Guzman, during the time he was president, had been his bitter rival and had done much damage to his estates and those of his friends, he feared that Don Fernando Cortez might try to pay him back with similar or worse deeds, so he decided to found the Villa of Culiacan and return with the rest of his people. Having accomplished nothing else on the expedition, on his return, he settled Jalisco, which is the city of Compostela, in Tonala, called Guadalajara. This is now the new kingdom of Galicia. The guide they took along, called Tejo, died about this time, so the names of these 7 cities, which have not been discovered, remain unknown, and the search for them continues to this day. Now the notes: an implacable foe of Hernan Cortez, the ruthless Nuno Beltran de Guzman assumed the presidency of the powerful Audiencia on January 1st, 1529. This administrative collective of royal judges at Mexico City ruled and misruled the conquered Aztec Empire, now renamed New Spain. Guzman had formerly governed Panuco, which is Tampico, Mexico, the northeastern Spanish outpost on the Gulf of Mexico. While trafficking in slaves from the Occipita Valley, a Huasteca region, in the late 1520s, Guzman acquired the talkative Tejo, a native son of a merchant trader. Tejo told of another civilization located far to the north. Pueblos were substantial native towns in Spanish America. Encampment of nomadic natives were called rancherias. The width of an extended hand, about 9 inches. The width of an extended hand, 9 inches. What? Oh, maybe from point to point. And what is that? That's some kind of 1 span high. So if something's a span, oh, that's about a span high. A league is how far you could walk in one day. It's about 2 or 3 miles. Tejo correctly identified and cited this worthy civilization, the Pueblo country of modern New Mexico and Arizona. Castaneda, like others of the age, inflated Tejo's disclosure of populous settlements with an enticing rumor of silversmith shops outmaneuvered by Cortez in a power struggle. Nuno Beltran de Guzman and his allies embarked westward in late December 1529 to plunder the Tarascan kingdom of Michoacan. Further brutal conquest on the northwest frontier followed in 1530-31. Guzman organized the conquered lands as Nueva Galicia and became the first governor. Castaneda imputed an ulterior motive to Guzman's western conquest, namely that said conquest opened the second gateway to the Puebloan country beyond the North Sea. An ancient Iberian legend recalled 7 Christian bishops who escaped Muslim armies by sailing westward from Lisbon across the Atlantic Ocean. Fables circulated that these lost Portuguese Christians established rich cities, the 7 cities of the Antilles, in a new land. A typical measure of itinerary distances, a Spanish land league measured 2.6 miles, but more usually approximated a little over 3 miles in Coronado's time. The province of Culiacan encompassed Guzman's remote northwestern conquest. It was a small island of Spanish power, otherwise separated from Nueva Galicia by almost 100 miles of unpacified territory. An official Spanish allotment of native labor and services to European owners of repartimientos acquired virtually free workers. Castaneda implied that Guzman's allies lost opportunities to exploit their assigned natives while gallivanting on the northwestern frontier. Cortez returned from Spain to Mexico in mid-1531 with a royal appointment as Captain General of New Spain. His arrival was triumphant, and his prompt suppression of a native revolt renewed his popularity in the capital. The Villa of San Miguel de Culiacan was located near the native settlement of Siguaten on the San Lorenzo River. Nuno Beltran de Guzman founded the small municipality in September 1531.